Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a little Q&A. I'm going to be sitting here doing it, but the boys are on school holiday still and they are outside here playing wet head. It's such a nice day today. So they're playing wet head there. I've asked them to maybe try and keep it down a little bit, but they're having too much fun. So if you hear like screaming and shouting, then it's just them out there playing while I'm doing some Q&As. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down here now and answer some of your questions. Okay, I'm gonna start with like the first questions that came in. So one of the first questions was, do you have any hobbies? So I would say I'm one of those people that likes to try loads of different things. I walk Lulu every single day and I absolutely love that. So we go for like an hour-long walk sometimes, do about 5K or something. But recently, if we don't have an hour, we'll be going on a bike ride. So Chris and I will take her out and we go for the same amount, like the same distance, but because we're on our bikes, we do it in like 20 minutes. So she absolutely loves it. She runs alongside us and then she comes home and it is absolutely exhausted. So I would say that's quite a big hobby of mine. I love doing that, but I'm one of those people who, if someone says, oh, do you want to come and try this, I'm always quite up for trying new things. So I wouldn't say like I've got specific hobbies. I just like to try quite a few different things in my life. So that's what I would say to that. Someone's asked why we're moving to Brighton. So initially it all started because Chris had a job opportunity down there, but that's kind of been like sidetracked for a while. And then we've got two of our best friends that live down there and my brother that lives down there. So we just were going down to Brighton so often. And every time we went down there, we just loved it more and more and more. It's got such a cool vibe about it. Everyone's so inclusive. You can be who you want to be and no one judges you. It's just such a nice, lovely place to live. So the more we went down there, the more we kind of started to think about it, and then it's just happened really. So yeah, that's why. But I did do a whole video about it the other day, so I'll link that down below as well so you can get a bit more information. So Donna Cook has asked, who's your celebrity crush? Right, I've got two celebrity crushes. I always forget their names though. So the first one is Bradley Cooper. Bloody love Bradley Cooper. Honestly, love him so much. Every movie he does, I just fall in love with him a little bit more. The second one is Ryan Reynolds. So I love an action movie, and obviously Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, that's it. And when I watch that, I just like his humor, he's good looking. Absolutely love Ryan Reynolds. I would actually say Bradley Cooper was my favorite until I saw the latest Deadpool, and now Ryan Reynolds I think has overtaken Bradley Cooper. So they are definitely my celebrity crushes. Lucy Lou has asked, were you in a bidding war for your new house? So no, we weren't actually, because the boys have just come in and are watching me now. I can hear them just chewing in the background because they've got some food. Eat with your mouth closed, maybe. No, we're not doing any crisps. No, we weren't in a bidding war for our house. We were actually quite lucky. It had been on the market for quite a long time and it had been reduced twice. So we did get it for quite a good price. Someone has asked, what's Chris's new business plans for moving? So Chris is quite like a private person. He kind of feels like he doesn't want to say anything to anyone until something happens, like for real. So he'll probably tell me I'm not allowed to tell you, so sorry. It's not even a secret, but he's just like, don't say anything in case you jinx it and stuff. So yeah. The Norfolk Mama has asked, what's your go-to 2/3 course meal when entertaining? So I love entertaining. Like I love doing at my house to then have people over and to entertain. And what I always start off with, why don't you go and play that ball game outside? Yes, I love entertaining, and whenever I entertain, I always like to make something. That means I don't have to be in the kitchen the whole time when people are here, that I can go and chill and chat and everything. So I'll always start off my entertaining process with like nibbles, drinks and nibbles as a starter. So I will kind of do like, I like fry out some chorizo, I'll do some halloumi, I'll do some olives, some crisps, some dips, all different things like that, and then obviously drinks with that. So then that will be our starter, and then our main course would be something simple that, again, like a curry I could have made up earlier, and then all I'll need to do is make some like rice and naans. Just something that will make it most easiest for me. I would never think to cook someone like a steak on a day that they came over, because I just feel like it's too much pressure. I'd probably get it wrong. I'd just spend all my time in the kitchen instead of enjoying the evening. And then again, when it came to a dessert, I would make something like a cheesecake or a tiramisu or something like that. That is just really, really easy to take out the fridge and serve with some ice cream. Mira has asked, where do you find your inspiration for meals? Everything you cook looks so good. So I come up with a lot of things myself. I just look in the fridge, look in the cupboards, and kind of create something out of what we've got. But a lot of the time I look on Pinterest. A lot of my meals are actually on Pinterest as well, so I like to put them over there so people can come over to my YouTube channel. I also really, really love Jamie Oliver and Nadia Hussein. I think they are amazing. All their stuff is really easy as well and delicious, and it doesn't cost the earth. You don't have to have 50,000 different ingredients. So I would say they are people that I turn to as well for a little bit of inspiration. And then sometimes I like to change their recipes up a little bit to suit my family a bit more. Someone's asked, do you think you will have any more children? No, I really don't think we will. I could easily, but Chris is actually saying no. But I'm so happy with the two boys. They're older now. We do so much together, and it's a fun adventure when we go out anywhere. It's not a struggle. Don't have to have buggies or sterilizers or anything like that. It's just really easy, and going away with them, I don't ever feel like I need to have a break from them because they're just really, really good fun. So no, I think our baby days are over now. What a minute's peace do I get by myself when these two are at home?
Bye-bye.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. I am just said, please can I have 5 minutes to myself to just film this, and they can't do it. Anyway, I'm going to do some drawing now. Let's crack on. Someone has asked, if the boys had been girls, what would they have been called? So when I was pregnant with both of the boys, I always had girls' names. I knew what I wanted to call them. But we didn't, I had Rory as a boy's name straight away, like I always loved the name Rory. But my girls' names were Annabelle, oh, love that name. I also love the name Lucy, I think that is so cute. So that's probably what they would have been called if we had had girls. Jamie was always going to be Louis, and then he came out and he just really didn't look like a Louis to me. So that's when he became Jamie. Jamie wasn't actually even like a contender. I think it was one of Chris's ideas, and then, I was never that keen on it actually, and then anyway, when he came out and he wasn't a Louis, he then became a Jamie. What names did you and your husband's veto? So I loved Dexter for a boy, and he said no, I wasn't allowed Dexter. But there weren't really any names that we hated or anything like that. We just kind of had different ideas, and we'd sometimes think, oh, that's a nice name, but then because we'd say it too much, we kind of went off it. So yeah, we didn't really veto any, but he did veto Dexter. Have you used your Dyson Airwrap recently, and do you still rate it? How long do the curls last? I use my Dyson Airwrap every single day. What do you want now? For heaven's sake, what do you want? Pens? This is the reality of filming with kids. I use my Dyson Airwrap every single day. I mostly use the curling big brush, so it's, you know, when you from wet you blow dry your hair to give it a big bouncy blow dry. And then I do use the curlers, but on my hair it doesn't seem to stay in very well. But however, saying that, you are meant to do it from wet hair, and I usually do the curling brush from wet, and then I will use the curlers when my hair is already dry. So that's probably why they don't stay in. Plus I don't use hairspray, so that is probably another reason why it doesn't stay in. But I do think it has got a bit of a curl to it, like here, as you'll see, and that is from my Dyson Airwrap. Right, Carly Peck says, is Chris retiring from football? No, he loves football so much. He won't retire until he's old, I think. Our friend's 37 and he's still playing part-time football. So Chris is now playing part-time. So he trains on a Tuesday night and a Thursday night, and he has a game on a Saturday. And he will do that for as long as he can. So yeah, he really is enjoying part-time football actually, because he used to train it every single day, and it just used to kind of wear away at his body. So now that he's having a bit of a break and doing part-time football, he's really, really enjoying it. Raising Artie and Wilf has asked, what is your 5-year goal? So in 5 years, I would still love to be making videos on YouTube. I am absolutely loving making my meal kind of online recipe on my channel. Every Sunday morning, I do a new recipe idea. I absolutely love doing that, and really hope next year, this is my goal last year, that not this year but next year I would bring out a recipe book. So I've got so many ideas flying around in my head, and I just would love it if that were to be made a reality. So yeah, maybe in 5 years time I would have loved to maybe have brought out a second recipe book as well, but maybe that's being a bit greedy, I don't know. But I just have so many ideas of how I would like a recipe book to be made, and I would love to put that down and make it a reality, and you know, hopefully you guys would like it too. Mum Life Magic has asked, how do you discipline the boys? So I think I'm quite strict, and well, I'm strict in some ways and not in other ways. Like, I love to be my boys' friends, but I do want them to have good manners. I do want them to be polite and just nice all-rounders, really. So I've always used the naughty step, and I've always used the fact that I put them up in their bedroom to have kind of like time out. But a lot of the time, that doesn't seem to really work with my kids. So what I do instead is I take things away from them. So for example, if they have a toy that they love, I will take it away from them for that day so they can't play with it. Or at the moment, the kids just love playing football outside and they love playing the Wii or things like that. So or what they do when they come home from school is they have half an hour where they're allowed to either play like on a tablet or watch TV or something. And if they've been naughty, I take that away from them. So I'll say, right, okay, Monday no TV when you come home from school. And that seems to sort them out a bit more than if I were to put them on the naughty step. They're too old for the naughty step now anyway, so that's what I do, and I've been doing that since they were quite young as well. So to me, that's the best way discipline works with my kids, because otherwise they just kind of sit there on the naughty step, they pull faces, they don't really take it very seriously. So yeah, I tend to take something that they really like away from them for a bit. Gemma has asked, what is the best and worst thing about moving house? You potentially bought one today. That's so exciting. I love moving house. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I know some people are like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, but I just love it. I love decluttering. I love going to a new space and trying to organize things, like put my furniture there, and I just love it. I love moving rooms around when I'm at home, and I love redecorating. So the best thing about moving is a new adventure. Like I said, I love moving to a house that has potential, so that we could do like building work to it, or just redecorate, or new bathrooms, new kitchen. I love doing that. It's just, I love getting like my creative brain working. Worst things about moving is probably the expense. It's really expensive to move, especially if you're buying and selling houses with stamp duty and everything. So that's probably the worst bit about it. But other than that, I just blinking well love it. Good luck with your house, by the way. That's so exciting. Kristen Clark has asked, how's everything? How's the new house and everything coming along? Can't wait to see it. We should be moving in, hopefully, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We're moving down to Brighton next week, but we're just going to have to stay with friends because our house isn't ready to move into yet. But we should be completing in about 3 weeks time, so I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. I am going to film a little sneak peek of it when I go down next time, and show you like a little bit of what drew us to put an offer in onto this house. But yeah, very soon. Right, who taught you how to cook? Someone's asked me. To be honest with you, no one, because I could not even cook a pizza or rice or anything like that before. I would burn everything. And I think just having kids and the boys and having to cook for them, I've like slowly learned how to cook new things. And I think that's why I cook such easy and simple meals, because I'm not an extravagant cook at all. I just know what tastes nice, and I try and make that happen, like the nice taste. I try and make that happen as easily as possible, and I do love saving money as well, so that's why I like cooking like healthy, quick meals on a budget that taste really nice. Just Jules has asked, in a scenario where you're late or ill, what's your go-to dinner that you always have on hand? Beans on toast with cheese. My kids love it, like literally love it. So if I tell them we're having beans on toast with cheese, they are like, yeah. Easiest meal. They're having really good proteins. Beans are like full of fiber, protein, healthiness, and then yeah, the cheese obviously is not that great, but everything in like moderation, right? So yeah, that I would say if I'm not feeling great or if I need some dinner in a rush, I will do that. Or I like to make my pita bread pizzas. That's always a good one to do if you're in a rush. So I always have kind of like bread, pittas, cheese, some tomato puree, beans in the cupboard as well. So I always have those kind of staples in my home. And if I am running late or anything like that, that's what I go to. Right, Ellie Bree has said, in your new home you're moving to, is it okay the way it is or are you planning to renovate it? So it's absolutely perfect the way it is. It's really lovely, but we've got 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bedrooms downstairs. So we want to make it at least 3 bedrooms upstairs, hopefully potentially 4, depending what we could get planning for. So, but we're going to take it really slowly. I feel like when we came into this house, we rushed the planning process and everything, and I love this house so much, but I feel like if we had spent a bit more time in the home to decide exactly what we wanted, could save up a bit more money, I might have done it a little bit differently. So this next house, because it's lovely to live in at the moment, we're just going to really take our time, speak to a couple of different architects for different ideas of what we could do to it, and then maybe in a year's time start the build. So yeah, so there's going to be a lot of planning. All 4 of us are going to live upstairs. So the boys will share a bedroom upstairs, and then obviously Chris and I will share. So we will have a spare room downstairs, and then the other spare room will be the playroom with a little sofa bed as well. Kez Taylor asks, have I been back to South Africa? I love South Africa. It's obviously my hometown. All my family still live there. My cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, well, my one granddad who is still alive. So I do go back every year or every couple of years to see them all, and I just love it. Right, Naomi Armstrong has asked, what is your first Instagram post? So when I first started Instagram, I used to sell some like Stella and Dot jewelry, and I also used to make some personalized gifts. So I used to promote that on my Instagram a lot. So I think one of my first posts was that, but I'll put it up here to show you because I can't quite remember what it was. So I'll go through and I'll find it and I'll put it on here. Bex Tinsley said, where do you get your interior ideas from? My husband and I love your style. So, do you know what? I don't really know. I kind of just, I think I must get it from shops, magazines. I love watching like different home programs on TV, so I get some from there. My friends' houses. Instagram now obviously is a massive one. Pinterest as well. I love Pinterest for different things like that. But also, I am one of those people that I see something and I love it, and I think that has to kind of fit into my home somewhere. I think I'm quite a good person. When I go into a house, I can see the potential. So when we bought this house, if you guys haven't seen my before house tour, I'm going to link it down below. It was like one of my first videos I ever filmed, so excuse the edit and things like that. But when I came into this house, I just saw potential, whereas Chris and everyone else was like, what the hell have you done buying this house? But I can go into a home, and whether it's like walls that need knocking down or new bathrooms, new kitchens, new layout, different things like that, I can just kind of visualize it. And so yeah, and that, I think that's just in my brain. Right, so Just Jules has asked, I wish someone had told me about pregnancy, birth, babies, kids, etc. So if I'm honest with you, I have always wanted a baby. Since I was younger, if I ever saw a baby, I was like, I need to hold that baby. I need to. I just had an obsession with babies. So I wanted to have kids from about the age of 12. And then when I got pregnant with Rory, I was so excited. I could not wait for him to come along. I found pregnancy quite hard. I got enormous because I ate like 3 pizzas a day or I was going to be sick. And then Rory came along and I was just like, holy moly. No one told me it was going to be this hard having a baby. Looking back now, I feel like if we did have another one, I would enjoy it so much more because I would know what to expect. I would know about the baby blues. No one told me about, well actually my sister told me about the baby blues. Like, you know, when you have your baby and like 3 or 4 days later your milk starts coming in, you just cry for no reason. Like, you don't get prepared for those kind of things. And I've told so many of my friends who've had babies since about this baby blues. It's normal. And then when it comes along, I get so many messages from them saying, thank you so much for telling me about it. I would have thought like there was something wrong with me. So I just wish someone had told me how hard it is having a baby, because I did not expect it to be as hard as it was. I loved it, obviously, when they were tiny weenie. In a way, I would love to have another one now, because I do feel like I'd be so much more chilled out. I've always been quite a chilled out mum anyway, but I would be so much more chilled out. I would enjoy it more. I would take the naps when the baby was sleeping and everything. So for that reason, I would love to have another little baby, and I just feel like the boys always ask me to have a brother or sister for them, and I just think it'd be so nice. Anyway, I feel like this video's gone on so long. I'm sorry if I didn't get to answer your question, but I can do another one of these very soon again as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Just thought I would show you what the kids are now doing. So after bugging me every 3 seconds, they are now outside playing cricket. Since they watched the cricket on Sunday when Stones was like a national hero, they have not stopped playing cricket. Stokes! Oh, sorry, I said Stones. Yeah, since Stokes was a national hero on Sunday, they have just been obsessed with football. Rory's always Stokes, aren't you, Roz? So yeah, that's... Oh, Jamie Smith, the speed bowler. Is he a speed bowler?
He's better.
Oh.
He's not a bowler.
Oh, he's not a bowler. I don't know anything about cricket. Anyway, bye guys.